Released in November 2020 as a launch title for the PlayStation 5, along with a PS4 version and later released in 2022 for the PC, Spider-Man Miles Morales is a standalone follow-up to Marvel's Spider-Man and its DLC, The City Never Sleeps. Before the release of the highly anticipated Marvel's Spider-Man 2, let's go back and see what happens during the game. There will be spoilers for those that haven't played the game. The game picks up over a year since the Devil's Breath crisis in Marvel's Spider-Man and the Magia gang war that was the primary focus of the DLC. Miles has now been training with Peter Parker and has mastered his spider-like abilities and has established himself as Spider-Man's crime-fighting partner, though Miles is still struggling to adapt to the role, lacking certain confidence and still coming to terms with the death of his father. While Peter and Miles are escorting a police convoy carrying escaped prisoners back to the newly rebuilt raft, Miles accidentally frees Rhino, who begins to wreak havoc in Harlem. Miles is able to stop the other escapees, but Peter is having a hard time against Rhino, who eventually overpowers him. In the end, Miles protects Peter and manages to defeat Rhino with his new bioelectric ability that is later dubbed Venom. The two Spider-Men leave Rhino in custody of Roxxon and leave the scene. While recovering from the fight, Peter informs Miles he'll be assisting his girlfriend, Daily Bugle reporter Mary Jane Watson, with her assignment in Symkaria for a few weeks as her photographer. Peter entrusts Miles to look after and protect New York City in his absence. While investigating a break-in at Roxxon Plaza, Miles clashes with a group called the Underground, who seem to have some kind of vendetta against the company. After dealing with the Underground, Miles returns home to celebrate Christmas with his mum Rio and his best friend Ganke. Miles is surprised to learn that Rio has invited Finn, a friend Miles has not spoken to for over a year. The next day, Ganke creates a Spider-Man app, so citizens in New York City can call Miles for help directly. One of the first people to use this app is Miles' own uncle, Aaron Davis. After helping Aaron Davis fix a problem with the train system, Aaron reveals his knowledge of his nephew's identity. Sometime later, Miles attends one of Rio's campaign rallies, but witnesses the Underground attacking Roxxon guards, who were present at the rally. Miles tries to stop the conflict before it escalates. He soon finds the reason for the attack is the Underground are seeking Roxxon's experimental power source called Nuform. He also learns that Finn is the Underground's leader going by the name the Tinkerer. After further investigation into the rationale behind Finn leaving the Underground, Miles learns that Finn wants to avenge the death of her brother, Rick, who was poisoned while working on the Nuform and killed by Simon Krieger after attempting to sabotage the project. With the assistance from Uncle Aaron, who Miles learns is a criminal known as the Prowler, Miles discovers Finn's plan is to ruin Roxxon by destroying their plaza with the Nuform to show the world its dangerous side effects, which Krieger has been covering up. Miles goes undercover to gather some more information on the Underground, but is eventually forced to reveal his Spider-Man identity to Finn, souring their trust and their friendship. Miles tries to reconcile with Finn, but Roxxon abducts them with the aid of the newly enhanced Rhino. Miles and Finn manage to escape, but it's here where Miles learns that Uncle Aaron has been spying on him for Roxxon's benefit, and Krieger has modified the plaza's Nuform reactor to destroy Harlem if Finn's plans succeed. Finn and Miles fight the new big red boy Rhino, who taunts Finn about Rick's death. Finn almost kills Rhino in a fit of rage, but Miles intervenes. The two fight before Finn knocks Miles out and escapes. Ganke brings an injured Miles home, where to the surprise of no one, Rio discovers that her son's identity is Spider-Man. For some reason or other, Rio continues to support her son's decision to protect the city as Spider-Man. Once recovered, Miles tries to stop Finn. However, he's captured by Uncle Aaron, who takes him to the Underground, as in Underground, not the group Underground, to prevent him from being killed, like his late father Jefferson Davis. Miles escapes and defeats his uncle, explaining that he cannot turn his back on people when they need him the most. Above ground, the Underground and Roxxon are beginning to fight in the streets of Harlem. Finn manages to execute her plan, turning the Nuform reactor into a ticking bomb. Uncle Aaron, inspired by Miles' words, helps Rio evacuate the people of Harlem, thus giving Miles a chance to confront Finn and stop the reactor before it goes critical. Unable to reason with her, Miles is left with no choice but to fight Finn before attempting to absorb the new-formed energy to negate the blast. However, there's too much energy and Miles is unable to absorb it all or contain it. To save the city, Finn ends up sacrificing herself by flying him to safe distance above the city so he can release the energy before it kills him. Miles ends up plummeting to the ground, and his identity is of course now revealed to a small number of citizens he helped as Spider-Man through the story. The citizens promise to keep his identity a secret. 4 weeks later, Roxxon had been dealt numerous lawsuits and Krieger has been arrested following Uncle Aaron, turning himself in and testifying against the company. Peter returns from Syncari and praises Miles for his growth and acting as a hero in the time of need, before they head off to fight crime together. There is a mid-credit scene where Norman Osborn orders a reluctant Dr. Kurt Connors to release his terminally ill son Harry from a stasis pod, despite Harry's condition being unstable. And in the final post-credit scene, Miles leaves an award he won with Finn on top of Trinity Church in her memory. Upon the release of the game, it was given generally favourable reviews. Praise was given to the enhancements due to the new tech being used with the PS5, especially something like its load time, improvements in combat, and Miles' ability being different enough from Peter's that it was well received. Most people enjoyed the story of Miles' growth through the game, though like the Doc Ock reveal in Marvel's Spider-Man, there were a few predictable turns in the nature of the story, especially something like Finn's Tinkerer reveal. Side content received a bit more positive feedback than the previous game, as there weren't as many repetitive tasks, but it was more of an extension, so it didn't really change that much. There was also some negative feedback. There was a lot of complaining about the location being the same as the previous game, but just being set in winter. It's a bit of a ridiculous claim to have, since Spider-Man is usually set around New York City, so you can expect the same setting all the time. And games can actually have the same environment to tell compelling stories. Things like the Like a Dragon franchise or the Yakuza franchise games with Kamurocho are enough proof of that. That's it for the video. Have a good one. Thank you for watching. I'm the NPC Unknown. Peace.